Ladies and gents, welcome back to the live stream. For those of you that are tuning in after the fact and it's like the next day or something like that, this is the long form content. This is where I spend some time with the live audience, and then the video will be up in perpetuity for anybody to watch at their leisure. But if you're here for the live show, welcome. And well, what an amazing day today is. Why? Well, congratulations, community. We are now a community of 100,000 people strong. This is amazing. Holy cow. Actually, it's I believe a little bit higher than that at the moment. Where are we on the live feed? 100,042. Wow. Okay, so we broke the 100,000 a little bit ago. I was looking at it and I was thinking, holy cow, it might actually go over during the live stream, during the usual Friday night live stream, but no, it went way before actually. Joe, upping the membership, now been a member for 6 months. Thank you. Let's go. Absolutely. Super excited about this, but yeah, big news. 100,000 subscribers on the channel. I'm really excited. People I saw asking in the chat, by the way, let's get the chat going. I saw people in the chat saying, well, does this do anything? Like, what's the point? Is there something you get for 100,000? I think the big one for that would be the Redneck. Nice. Welcome to Did Something. That's what you get when you become a member. You've done something. You did something. One thing that you get when you hit 100,000 is you get verified. You can get verified. Your channel can be verified, which I don't even know the perks of that. I just know that it stands out from the crowd because you're verified now. You're a verified channel on YouTube. We'll see what happens with that, but it is definitely a milestone. That's amazing. Ava Nova, it's been a minute, my man, with the $10 super chat. Right on, buddy. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Dylan Fawcett with the new membership. Welcome to Did Something, the Did Something crew. I think I should rename that something different. I couldn't think of anything when setting up memberships. But yeah, if you are a member, you definitely get those extra emojis, the channel specific emojis that you can use in the live chat. It's a lot of fun. We have a great time here, and I really appreciate all the support. So the memberships definitely help out a lot, as well as all the super chats, but people just watching the videos and sharing them out and hitting that like button and just hanging out and being with the community is really all I ask for. YouTube does help out with the subscription, or sorry, with the revenue from ads. So this is what I've been doing, been using to help build the channel. So any revenue that's been coming in, I've been using to improve what's going on behind the scenes and hopefully bring a better product, always better and better product all the time. That is a hell of a handle. Mist 2112T. Welcome to Did Something, to the Did Something crew. Really appreciate you joining in here. Holy cow, though, what an amazing time. So I had a bit of a rough patch over the past couple of weeks. My family was gone. They were my wife and kids. They went off to Japan to visit my wife's hometown of Tokyo, and you're awesome, Clyde. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Merry Christmas to you and your family, Christine. Really appreciate that. Merry Christmas to everybody, honestly. But yeah, they took off for 2 weeks, and that made life very difficult for this poor boy here, because my wife is so helpful with everything. And yeah, that's the thing. For those that don't know, I see Tokyo in the chat. I lived there for some time, actually, a while back. My wife and we met in Whistler, British Columbia, of all places. We were both there. I was there for snowboarding and skiing. This was back in my early 20s. And my wife was there to learn English and for the snowboarding and all that stuff. And we met. and we hit it off, and we fell madly in love with each other, and that happened 16 years ago. Holy it's been a while. It's been a long time. Holy cow. Ava Nova with the membership, and Sylvie Gravel with the membership. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Merry Christmas to everyone. Holy cow. I've been getting some Merry Christmas stuff myself. Honestly, some packages that just came in. I heard, are you going to be doing an unboxing tonight? Well, I didn't know what that meant. So the play button that you get, I don't think you get that right away. I think you hit the threshold and then you probably got to wait months. I have no idea how that works. But there are some things that I have been picking up to lend to some more improvements to the channel here. And I'm just pulling this out of the package. It just arrived today. This is a cheapo version of a mic amplifier, a preamp, which I'm looking forward to trying out. This is Ching Chang Chai warranty card. I don't know. For those that don't know, these are handy dandy little preamps for microphones. I'm an audio dude. I like my audio stuff. That's why I've got all of this equipment. But I'm actually setting some things up for podcasts and hopefully mobile setup to take with me, so I can go interview some more people of interest to all of you. Now that's gonna go with something else that I have here. And that would be a few of these. And these were actually a donation to the channel from a good friend of the channel, the SM7B microphones. I pray you don't unbox a Lush. What is a Lush? I don't know what that is. But really stoked. Good friend of the channel, Derek Smith, wanted to give back to everything for everything. I mean, just him and myself have become good friends over this since well, the convoy and all of this stuff that's been going on. It's been a crazy ride, honestly, folks, a crazy ride. But Derek Smith, he wanted to give back to the community because you guys made all of this happen. So the whole idea here is I'll be able to put together more podcasts. And are there any Japanese holidays in December? Well, everybody kind of celebrates Christmas. Not really, though. The big one's New Year's. The big one is New Year's, and it's the same day. It's not like the Chinese New Year. Deborah McDonald, holy cow. Wow, congratulations. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the 100, the big red tag. That's going to be up at the top there for some time during this stream. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, with the $100 to match the 100,000 subscribers with the super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay. That's amazing. So I was getting into Derek. Oh, so I was asking about holidays for Japanese. New Year's is a big celebration. People take the first week off. It's a big thing. If you ever go there, don't go during the first week of the year because nothing's open. It's boring. Redneck with the $2 super chat. How many follow for a hot tub stream? Honk honk. Oh, how many follows would that take? Maybe I'll do one on my million subscriber one. But hey, I wanted to throw this out there since we're talking about things coming into the channel, and Derek Smith as well, being so courteous as to donate the holy cow, you guys are insane. Chippy's Outdoors with $100 super chat. Double down, buddy. Wow. Holy cow. You guys are amazing. Just generous. Holy. Yeah. Okay. 2 big red tags at the very top. Amazing. You guys are amazing. Holy cow. Chippy's Outdoors and Deborah McDonald. Holy. Amazing. Thank you so much. Deborah gifting, also gifting 10 memberships to the channel. Thank you so much. So many people getting gifted memberships here in the chat. You've seen it roll by really quickly. So while it's rolling by, I'm just gonna make this a segue into that. So Derek Smith being so generous as to donating a few mics to the show for the podcast setup that's going to be coming. There's a few other things that I have to get. I need to get some more camera gear, lighting, and whatnot. But in the meantime, one thing you can, instead of spending your money on super chat, oh geez, man, wow, Redneck with the $100 super chat. Holy cow, my goodness. YouTube flashed my dollar red. Feel tempted to do it. Honk, dumpster fire, honk, honk, and the goose. All right, well, really appreciate this. This is amazing. Holy cow. We're getting off to a banger of a start. That's for sure. Wow, with the 100,000 subscriber mark, stream is definitely bringing something special. But speaking of something special, I wanted to throw this out here for those that haven't picked up a copy of these books. So the story behind Derek Smith, honestly, is he when everything was going nutsoid with the convoy, he reached out to me. He reached out to me with an email, and it was just a shot in the dark email. He says, I'm working on a book, and he explained the premise of the book, and it was, yeah, I'm gonna do like a Dr. Seuss-esque book. Deborah jumping in with another $50 super chat. Wow, money well spent. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Holy, staying on the, we got a leaderboard now. It looks like that's what's happening. But so yeah, Derek Smith, he reached out to me, and it was just luck of the draw. My email was just blowing up. I had so much coming in because of the coverage of the convoy, but I managed to pick that one out. And he said, "Hey, I'm working on this book," and he explained the premise of it. Kevin Watson with the $1 super chat. Thank you so much, Kevin. And I loved the idea of it. And I said, "Hey, yeah, I'm down. I'd love to see that book. And when it comes out, I wanna have a look at it." And when it came out, he was like, "Oh my God, thanks." And when it came out, he told me about it. And he was going to offer me a copy of the book, but I just ordered it anyway. And it turned out to be this book. And this book went viral this year. It went nuts. It went completely nuts. Made the newspapers, I believe it was the National Post. And they mentioned this channel. They called me a conservative YouTuber. I took some exception to that. I don't believe I'm a conservative. I believe I'm very much an independent. I don't follow party lines, and I don't encourage people to toe party lines. Well, subsequently, he came out with another book, and it's the One Face, Two Face, Black Face, Blue Face. And this book is another good one where he goes over all the different characters, all the characters that we've all learned to love in Ottawa. Anyway, it's worth a read. And then he has a limited edition, government transparency edition of the original book, throwing it out there. Just for anyone that's interested, I think these are great stocking stuffers. This one's hilarious because it's the original book, but it's mostly it's mostly redacted. So that one's a temporary. That's only available until the 15th of November. So thank you so much, guys. You guys are insane. Anyway, I wanted to throw that out because Derek Smith has been such a generous person to the channel, and just an amazing person in general. So throw that out there. Lend some support to him as well. This whole community is amazing. I don't know what to say. Ava Nova with the $105 super chat. You rock, buddy. Woof. And thank you so much, Ava. Ava's been around the channel for a long time, so since before any of this took off. So appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Fringy with the $6.99 super chat. Congrats on 100,000, Clyde. What an awesome milestone to hit on a live stream Friday. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well, my friend. Holy cow. It's just overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. Loving that you guys are you're one-upping each other now. All right. Oh, holy cow. Chippy's Outdoors with the $106 super chat. Let the bidding begin. Insane. And then Deborah McDonald again with another $20 super chat. It's your laugh. It's your laugh. Well, you're getting lots of those tonight. That's for sure. Oh, wow. You guys are amazing. 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 Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. But yeah, so one thing I'm trying to set up for the channel is myself and good buddy of mine, Joe Lyman, are trying to set up a new bit of content, not to take away from all the content that we already do here on the channel. I really like doing these the videos in the mornings. So I put together the videos. I try to do minimum of 2 a day. It's been struggling while the wife and kids were in Japan. So, that's a thing. But I'm going to keep going with that because I think that's the cornerstone. That's the staple of the channel. And I really want to keep going and rolling with that. But I also want to bring ideas to the table. Like I have an interest in having long form conversations with people because I think some of the more interesting things that you get from having conversations with people are in the like 45-minute mark, further in to conversations. And these are the kinds of things that I want to bring people on to do. So I'm going to be doing a mixture of in live with people. So like people that I can invite to the studio and have them in person here, as well as having people online because you can't always do that. And I don't have like the biggest budget in the world. I got Max to confirm round 2 on January 3rd, Clyde. Nice. Great work, Joe. So Joe's behind the scenes, my man. He's been pulling all kinds of stuff off and amazing guy to talk with. So the plan is we're going to record once a week and then we're going to pick a day to release the videos, but we're going to release them I'm going to record them. I'm not going to do them live. And the reason why I'm not going to do them live is I don't want to be split between, because I love the live streams on Fridays. And I found if I bring a guest on Fridays, it destroys this feel. It destroys what's going on here. And what's going on here is I'm actually conversing with you guys. That's the whole point of this. This is to give back to you every Friday. So if I bring somebody on, it kind of takes away from that. The attention is divided. So what I'm going to do for the podcasts is I'll record them and then release them as a premiere on a particular night of the week, so that they'll always release on the same night of the week every week, and you can always look forward to knowing that that's coming. Good call. I agree with you. I thought long and hard about this, but I think the best thing I can do, though, because I do like to communicate with you guys, if I record it ahead of time and then I put it out as a premiere, we'll all be there live together as it premieres. And the idea is I can be in the chat with you and you can all communicate with each other in the chat as the conversation that already took place is being aired. And I think that this is a great way to do this. Calling out BS is the best. I like calling out BS. I think that's why a lot of people tune in here, because they know that I'll actually call it out when I see it. And this is one thing that I want to try to do while having conversations with people. And I'm not always going to get it right. And it's all a learning experience. This is all of us trying to better ourselves and better our understandings of the world now and how things work. A lot of us were apolitical before all of this got started. So there are going to be hiccups along the way. So we'll keep trying and we'll chat with different people. And I'm really looking forward to that. Unacceptable Fringe with the $6.99 super chat, and it's moving too quick. I'm gonna pop this up. Congrats on 100,000 subs, Clyde. Glad to see you did something. Cheers, brother. You missed the big promo. I was talking about your books, but I'm hoping everybody goes over to Amazon and picks up a copy of all of those books. Maybe I should get the links in the description down below. Deborah McDonald's kill. Wow. $200 super chat. Honest Media, you match. YPU match. Now let's keep this amazing young man speaking the truth. I want to do it as long as I possibly can. We'll see with Bill C-11, Bill C-18, how that's going to work out all together. But I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to try to bring more conversations to the helm here. Well, again, doing all the usual pieces on the daily. Love to see your channel and audience grow. You're doing great work, Duke. Darby, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do. Holy cow, you guys are amazing. Insane tonight. Holy cow. But yeah, so some of the things were the idea is to be able to put out a new episode every week. Now I did test it out, and I've had live stream conversations with people a few times, and then I did one pre-recorded one a little while back, and I'm gonna try to make a playlist so that they're all together, and then so everybody knows what's happening, what the different content is, because there are people who are not into long form content, and that's fine. There are people who are not into live content, and that's fine too. There are people who are not into the 10-minute videos that I do every morning, so then that's fine too. I want to be able to reach all kinds of people in all kinds of different ways, and I think that this is another great way to do just that. And so I'll be keeping moving forward with that. Love you and your show. You go. From you, Ottawa Scotty. Oh, wow. I got to talk to you, Ottawa Scotty. Table 19. Somebody let Scotty know if I haven't tried to approach him. I got to call him because there's something I wanted to talk to him about. So everybody give him a heads up that I'm trying to get in touch with him, because I think that'll be a lot of fun. I'm gonna wet my whistle here. Oh yeah, celebrating a little early. I do have my usual soda water though for the stream, just to keep keep that voice in check. That's a thing. Wow, lots and lots of congratulations here. Let's get those likes up. Holy cow, I'm just looking at the numbers on the likes. There's 449 people in here and 381 likes. I know we can do better than that. So the Scotty doesn't know. No, yeah, Scotty doesn't know I'm trying to get a hold of him yet, because I haven't tried to get a hold of him until I just mentioned it. Scotty is cool. I had Scotty on the channel. He's such a nice guy. But yeah, let's get those likes up. So the thing about the likes is YouTube's algorithm, the way it works is if you lay a like down on a button on a video, it means that it meant something to you. And YouTube looks at your demographic of people and then takes that and goes, I bet you these other people would like that. And they put it in front of their eyes. So it's very helpful every time you guys hit that like button, every time you guys leave a comment on the videos, and especially all this chatter that's happening in the chat. It benefits the channel greatly. It helps the community grow. And this is where we're all at. Where's the Pabst? I didn't pick up any Pabst today. The funny thing, if people don't know, I used to have another channel called the Pabst Boys Roadhouse, and it was it all started as a joke. Like the whole thing was a joke. People don't realize, and so it was a joke because I would, how do I premise this? So Canada had a beer strike a bunch of years ago, and during the beer strike, it was like the suppliers went on strike, and I kept looking for a cheap beer because I was cheap and young, and I'm like, which one's good? Which one, like, and I kept trying them, and then every time I found one that was decent, I was like, okay, well, I'll go back and I'll get that, and then it would be done. They wouldn't have any more left. But the one that they always had was Pabst Blue Ribbon for some reason, and it wasn't great beer, but it was like it did the trick, and that was a thing. Van City Valkyrie, congrats on the 100,000, bro. Well deserved. One beer is on me tonight. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. That's amazing. So yeah, so I had another channel. It was a DIY channel where I worked on my Jeep Cherokee I had at the time, and I'm a bit of a like a movie dork. I like old movies and stuff. So I would put a lot of effort into these videos. But it became the joke. People people would make fun of me for drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon. Deborah, thank you. Gifting another 10 memberships to the channel. That's amazing. Holy cow. So on that channel, we made a joke of it. Me and a friend of mine, Tommy, a Japanese guy who was living here at the time. And we would, you know when somebody makes fun of you for something, the thing you do is you ham it up. Like you lean into it. You lean into what somebody's making fun of you for. So I leaned into the people making fun of me for drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon at the time. I drink Asahi all the time now. I'm not young and broke anymore, and I don't drink as many anymore as well. Congratulations, Clyde from Vancouver. Wow. No nonsense, Bennett 2 for $1,000, man. Yeah, it's unreal. This community is so supportive. I really appreciate everything you guys have done. Everything. Holy cow. And it keeps going up too. Like the subscriber count is ridiculous. Like it just keeps climbing. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with it. It feels I don't feel worthy of it. You know what I mean? This is the kind of reaction that you get when you have such a tremendous, amazing outreach from so many people for the thing that it is that you're doing. I felt compelled to do it. I don't know if I've told this story in a live stream before, but when I've been doing YouTube for a long time. I've had several channels. I had a DIY channel. It was marginally successful. It was a lot of fun, but it was a ton of work. And things, when things are like that kind of work, it's hard to sustain it. And it was a team effort. And also when it's a team effort, it's very hard to sustain that as well. And then I had some other things on YouTube. This channel used to be a vlog channel years ago, and that was a thing. And to be honest, I was almost done making content creation. Clyde, 100K means so much more because you have tried before and now, and know how much time and effort it can be sunk into, and effort making it. Yeah, a lot of time and effort is sunk into this stuff. So yeah, I've been doing YouTube for years, and I was just about to give up on it, and just I built this studio, and I wanted to just do like hobby projects, maybe even just play music and hang out. But then so I shot a few videos where I was just talking about random things, and then the Freedom Convoy happened, and I was super inspired by it. I remember the trucks were leaving BC here, and it was towards the end of January, or towards the middle of January, and it was my buddy's birthday, and he asked me and all my friends to go out, and I mean, he stood up in my wedding, I stood up in his. It was like one of those where I had to join him and go to his birthday. And it was like one of those, even though the pandemic and all that stuff was going on, they weren't really relaxing much. But we went to this bar in town, and everybody just kind of like ditched the masks. We had a couple of friends that didn't come because they were worried about the QR code. If they didn't check it, so we were fine. We got in, but so we were at the bar and we started talking about how BS this whole situation with the pandemic was. And everybody just started talking because everybody was kind of like scared to talk about it, to who or what. And we all just kind of started talking louder and louder and louder about it. And heads started turning, and the waitress comes over and she's like, yeah, I think so too. This is horrible. I can't wait until it's over. And it doesn't seem like they're gonna lift it. But guess what? There's a bunch of truckers going to Ottawa right now. And we're like, what? And so they put it up on the screens. And this is like where they would normally have all the sporting events. They had trucks leaving BC in the snow, right? And it was just YouTube videos of trucks leaving BC in the snow on their way to Ottawa to protest against mandates. And we got excited and we're like, holy cow, this is amazing. Long story short, I drank too many beers and I woke up on the couch the next morning feeling rough, but I was still inspired. And I went right on YouTube the very next day and started looking for content on it. And there was like little to nothing. Deborah McDonald, thank you so much. $10 super chat. Thanks for not giving up. I will give you a day's pay so you can research and produce these videos of truth. Canadians need you. Thank you so much. Well, I need you guys. I need everybody. We all need each other. And that's really the truth of the situation. War campaign every day during the convoy. Yeah, so I didn't know where I could find this stuff. So I started like digging, and I was pretty familiar with YouTube and how YouTube works. So, and I know that on YouTube, the more information you get out there, like the more people doing a thing, the better, the more that information will get out. So I was like, I have to do this. And funny story is I went to my boss and I asked him, I said, hey, what do you think if I started giving my political opinion on the internet? And he's like, who cares? Whatever. It's not a big deal. And I was like, no. You realize like people get canceled over this. He's like, he didn't even know what canceled was. He's like, what does that mean? And I said, well, okay, people will call your work and they'll harass you and do all sorts of stuff. And and he's like, well, you know who answers the phone. Go for it. I'm like, awesome. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, 100,000. Isn't that amazing? So I put that past him. And this was actually just after I saw an AVE video that was like a big send-off. And if you don't know AVE, go check out AVE. Great channel. I've been following him for a lot of years. Talked to him several times. And he's actually been on the channel for one of the videos that we were talking about, the inquiry. He's so old school YouTube. It was like video response style, and then I did a video reaction to it. It was amazing. So anyway, he did kind of a send off at the beginning of the convoy, and I had a huge lump in my throat watching it, and I was just so inspired. I'm like, I have to do this. Like, a lot of the things that I was doing on YouTube was like, it was hobby stuff and it was stuff that I was kind of into, but this is the first time I was like really motivated to just get that information out there. And this is what I saw. I knew that stuff would get buried on YouTube so quick. And I was like, well, this is one thing I know how to do. And that's just gather information and then tell people what the story is. Figure out what's happening on the ground and then tell people, just reiterate the story, like let people know what's happening. I guess I didn't know what I was doing was like journalism or reporting. I was just making sure that the information got out there. These are the things that are happening. I'm getting it out there so people know. And that's really what my motivation was for that. And I thought, who cares? I'm going to be one in thousands and thousands of people, and I might get a few views. And I had no idea that it would just like boom, explode like that. And that's what's amazing about this whole thing. And Ian, sorry, how do you pronounce that? Ian? Oh, Lane. Is that an L? No, it's an I. I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you so much for joining the community. That's amazing. I'm so bad at pronouncing names. It's the worst. And I'm sure you guys all realize that. My pronunciations are just absolutely terrible. No, not Lane. It's N. Oh, it's actually pronounced N. Okay, well, that's how terrible I am. Ian, sorry. There you go. Ian. Thank you for joining the community. Really appreciate that. Deborah McDonald with another 10 memberships given out to the community here. Holy cow! Wow, that's really impressive. That's something else. So, where was I in the story? So, yeah, my main goal was just to get more people to know about what was happening because I thought it was very important what was happening. This is like the biggest protest movement that I've ever seen. It was the most inspiring thing I've ever seen in Canada because The convoy was a movement I finally felt like a Canadian. Exactly. Even though I wasn't born, even though I was born here, an inspiration for the world. Absolutely. So, and here was my gripe about Canada, being a Canadian for my whole life. My gripe was always that people complain, but they don't do anything. They, I don't like the way the government's doing things. But then they just, that's where they leave it. And they eat their peas and they sit down and then they go to bed, or they have their beers and then they do their thing. Nobody really does anything. And this is the first time where I saw everybody just say enough is enough. No. And they did it in a uniquely Canadian way. Everybody got together and everybody was like from all different walks of life. John Lomax, thank you so much for for joining the membership on the channel. This is a crazy amount of members joining the channel today. I'm going to have to make sure that I do more for the members of the channel. You guys are amazing. And thank you for all you that have been channel members for some time. But yeah, it's just, it was happening in such an amazing way, and I knew that the media was going to squash it, and that's what I was watching for that first day when they were rocking up to Ottawa, and I saw Global News doing the typical thing, moving the camera over so it's showing some other area where nobody is, and I was like, okay, I really need to step this up. I got to step it up, because if I don't, there's probably so many people that are paying attention to this that don't realize how the media does their stuff. Because I've been watching it for a long time. I watched a lot of American politics where people got squashed. Ron Paul back in the day, he got squashed when he was trying to run for and he was the Liberty candidate. He was formerly a libertarian, trying to jump into the fray with the Republicans. And then we all saw what happened to Donald Trump. Love him or hate him. The idea here is there was an establishment that was like, nah, we're calling the shots, and we don't want any populist movements. We don't want any people to take the reins of the political system. And that's what really happened there. That's the story. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. He's a guy and he's a blowhard. It's really about the people behind him, the average Americans on that side of the border. For that, JCBU undercover, thank you for the $10 super chat. No comment, but you can leave a comment. Hopefully I'll get to it. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. 1K for Clyde. Anyone? Well, I'm not expecting anything like that. Holy cow. That's funny. Forever free. Message redacted. Oh, okay. Didn't catch that one. Congratulations on the 100,000 breakthrough. I remember, just like Rocky Balboa, don't trade your passion for glory. Absolutely. No, absolutely. My passion is still exactly where it was. It's behind seeing what's happening behind the scenes in Canada, because there are so many. Ian gifting 5 memberships to the channel. Thank you so much. There's gonna be so many members after this night. It's gonna be unreal. But yes, my main motivation is still to basically expose the news for showing what's not really happening. We need to know what's actually happening in this country, and we're not getting it from our news media. And I'm going to do what I can, strive to bring people exactly what's happening in the country. And like I said, we're going to have hiccups along the way. I'm not a formal journalist, but I'm going to do what I can. I'm always very good for, if I make a mistake, I'll just do an immediate retraction, publish it and make it very open, public. I got that wrong. Let's, sorry about that. And let's move on. You got to leave your ego at the door when it comes to this stuff. Cause, I'm more interested in people knowing what's actually happening than getting some narrative. And I think that's a problem. That's a problem everywhere. I think doing a podcast and getting on the road is the right move. You're a great interviewer. Thank you so much. Tempest with the gifted, one gifted Clyde Do Something membership. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Yeah, congrats, brother, from Ruthless, good friend of the channel. I haven't seen you in the chat in a minute. Congrats, brother. I'm so proud and happy for you. You're really made a name for yourself while exposing the ineptitude of our current mainstream media. I hope you know I'm always going to encourage one of two. I gotta wait for number two. Number two. Who is number two? BA with the super chat. Holy cow, is this just gonna be a super chat stream? Like, I did have stories I wanted to get to. People all over the world saw the mask slip with divide ruling with empathy. Jacinda to Trudeau, virtuo signal bull. Yeah, signaling bull, absolutely. BA, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate that. No, absolutely. The mask has slipped for a lot of people, and some people, they put that mask on harder and they got some duct tape and wrapped it on there. And that's some of the cognitive dissonance that people have these days. But I think what's important though is to move forward with a steady head, because here's number two. I'm always going to encourage your progress and can't wait to see where you take us and where your adventure goes. I can't wait to see either. I have no idea where we're going with this, but it's been amazing so far, and I'm not stopping now. I'm not stopping now. Deborah McDonald with a $10 super chat. He has it. It is the laugh. Okay, it is the laugh. Maybe it's the laugh, but I want to. Again, thank you so much. Yeah, I definitely want to bring more of these good conversations to people, and we'll see where it goes. I'm gonna try to set up a mobile setup too. So if I know that somebody's like in Vancouver or something, I don't live in Vancouver, but I'm not far away, so I'm far enough that maybe people won't want to come to me. So I'll try to make a mobile setup where I can go out and definitely meet with people in order to have some of these interviews. So you guys are very much helping a lot tonight with that, because a lot of this is going towards buying equipment for just that purpose. So we can expand what we're doing here in order to bring in-depth conversations, and across the board too, across the board, because I would really like to see people that I disagree with on some things come on, have conversations. You know, maybe I'm wrong on some things. I'd like to learn if I am wrong, and that's where I'm really at with that. Holy cow, the celebratory wheat soda is definitely getting me right there. That's right. Bad BCer. Yeah. I'm a British Columbian. I'm actually originally, I'm a wobbly pop. I'm originally from Ontario. I grew up in Windsor, Ontario. I was born in the Sioux. I don't remember much of the Sioux because I was 8 years old when we moved. So, and before you ask, hey, do you know Jim from the Sioux? No, I don't know Jim from the Sioux. BC Premier is a quack, absolutely, and we have some serious issues with that. Speaking of interviews, I have one coming up on Monday with Brian Day, and yeah, really looking forward to that one. He runs the Cambie Clinic. That's the Cambie Surgical Center, where they're fighting for our right to have to go outside of the socialized medicine. And it's I believe going to the Supreme Court as we speak. So that's the thing. And well, that'll help for British Columbia, but we need to really push this across the country. And I mean, I have ideas for things that we can do with politics, but don't ask me to be a politician. I am not political material. That's for sure. I'd rather be asking the questions to the people who are the politicians, who we want to keep honest. And speaking of keeping people honest, this goes to the conservatives as well. Like, people on the channel I know are fans of the conservatives, but we need to keep them honest as well. And I'm definitely, I can't wait to disappoint all those all those people that call me a partisan or something like that when the conservatives are in power, because that's inevitable. We all know that is the truth. But when the conservatives are in power, I'm definitely going to be questioning what it is that they do as well. So I'm going to be just as hard on them. I hope they don't make me be that hard. But these are the things. We all have seen politicians get elected with promises and then not hold to them. I see PPC in the chat. We got a lot of PPC fans here as well. And again, yeah, I'm going to have Maxime Bernier on again coming up soon. I forget the date. Was it the 3rd? But the 3rd or the 2nd? I thought it was the 3rd. Anyway, we're gonna be having Maxime Bernier on again. We're gonna be talking some economics and a few other things. He just did a recent video talking about the stance, his stance on the war in January 3rd. Okay, perfect. That's when we're recording it. I don't know if we're gonna be doing it live. I might be doing it as a podcast, possibly. We'll see how that goes. But that is a thing. Now that you're at 100K, Pierre Pauly. Well, here's the thing. I'll send the invites out to everybody. I think there's a chance that Pierre would want to come on and talk to me. I mean, I'm not unfriendly. I think the only unfriendly things that I might say is like, how do we hold your feet to the fire when you don't fulfill the promises that you're promising right now? So like a lot of the things that he says, I'm really happy with. Maybe he could be going harder, but I think he's trying to win the votes of all Canadians. But if he takes the invite, I would love to have him on the show. But I'm not about having gotcha moments. I really, really want to have honest, real dialogue with people, and I think that's the best way to go through with this conversation. And really what this channel is now is an ongoing conversation with everybody, and I like bringing all kinds of people to the forefront with this, and then getting your feedback on on what you want to hear from people and what kind of stories you want to hear. And again, the main narrative, I guess, of the channel, if you were to sum it all up, is the establishment is giving us BS. What's the real story? What is the real story? And how do we get a hold of the real story? And how to sort your way through all the trash that's out there is really the name of the game. Anyway, holy cow, the subscriber base still going up. It's just unreal. Unbelievable. But let's get to some of this stuff, because we're 47 minutes into this and I haven't even gotten even to the memes. I'm gonna put this here on the back burner, get that way over there so we can check on that later. But let's get into some of these memes. I love the memes. I love to start off before we do some of the stories with some of the memes that are out there. Gina Carano posting this on Twitter: boosters for life or admitting you're wrong. And then there's the sheep sitting on a rock that's about to fall into the abyss. That's where we're at here. What else have we got? The Babylon Bee still doing satire. I know the Onion years ago, they used to be terrible. They used to be really good. Like, they used to be really funny. Now they're horrible. The Babylon Bee here. Hillary Clinton awarded honorary Canadian medical license. That's in the recent the way things have been going with Maid. Anyway, you might get the Epstein reference there. But here we go. Who wants to stop climate change? All these hands are up. Who wants to tell China, which is responsible for 1/3 of all global CO2 emissions, to reduce its pollution so we can stop climate change? And then they're all crying. No, we're not going to do any of that. Nope, that's not our prerogative here. Moving on. Hey, I think I'm depressed. that one explains itself. I'm sorry, I can't help you there. By the way, tune in this week coming up. I have a TikToker, Annabelle. She's going to be coming on the channel and to tell her story of living disabled for her whole life in Canada. From the age of 5, she had a stroke, and she's been in hard times for her whole life. And well, she's going to share her experience of dealing with disabilities her whole life, and the way the Canadian government is approaching her now. Anyway, before we get to, I could get down the rabbit hole with that one. Anyway, let's go on. Not all weasels are the same. There's the great Canadian weasel, and then there's the lying, arrogant, effing weasel. What do we got here? Robert Gallagher, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, let me pop this up so everybody can see it. What's up? Lol, female cop in Florida nearly dies of exposure of fentanyl. Scary as fuck. Have heard little from Justin Trittler. And Jokum Stink. Oh, I'm thinking Jimmy McJuggernuggets. Lumfow. Thank you so much, Robert Gallagher. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Let's get back to the memes. Yeah, the great Canadian weasel versus the lying, arrogant, effing weasel. What else do we got here? A wise Chinese man once said, "It's only when a mosquito lands on your testicles that you realize that there's always a way to solve your problems without using violence." Just food for thought. Just food for thought. And by the way, thanks to everyone in the Discord. Links are in the description down below. Join the Discord channel. It's another social media where everybody shares a lot of this content. And then this is how we end up with these memes on Fridays. But yeah, check that. It's in the description down below. Hospital. Mommy, can we go to the hospital? Don't be a silly Billy. We live in Canada. And yeah, okay. I'm sure you can read that. I got to be careful. I got to be careful about what words I say here, because they get snooty about what you say. I've noticed a lot of my live streams lately, they get dinged. They get dinged by the YouTube police. So I gotta be careful. It seems okay now so far. America needs a superhero, Donald Trump says. I will be making a major announcement tomorrow. Thank you. And then the next day he says, "Major announcement, my official Donald Trump digital trading collection is here." What do you guys think of that? All 45,000 of his trading cards sold in a day. That's something else. The NFT craze never really enthused me. Never thought that the NFTs were going to be a good thing. Turns out 99.9999% of them were scams. Gotta catch them all, Donald Trump. There you go. It's like Pokemons. Sold out. Yeah, sold out. People bought them. That's the thing. Oh, this one's great. So you got Mr. Healthy here. This is Mr. Health of the universe, Bill Gates. If you zoom in on the button just below his tie, this is what it really looks like. He's just hanging on for dear life. Mr. Healthy, gonna watch out for your health. Bill Gates. Good. Okay, I digress. I just thought that was way too funny. Liberals are like Christmas lights. Half of them don't work, and the ones that do aren't too bright. I miss watching those movies. I haven't seen National Lampoon's Christmas in too many years. I think I'm gonna have to put that one on this year. My kids will love it, or they won't. I don't know. We're gonna make them suffer through it. Okay, who remembers Christmas? Back in the day, you had television. I didn't have cable growing up, so I had the aerials, the bunny ears. just trying to get a signal. You're off school, and then it gets too cold. You go out for a while, and then you're getting frozen. All your snow pants are wet. You got to go inside. So you plump yourself down in front of the TV, and there's like a thing to watch, maybe two things to watch. So when they're playing something, you just sit and watch it. Does everybody remember those days? Yeah, rabbit ears. That's right, rabbit ears. Aerial TV before everything went digital. That was something else. The amount of times that I've seen all these Christmas movies because they were just on television, amazing. I remember this, and I'm not even 30. I was just poor. Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, the amount of times I've seen a Christmas movie, National Lampoon's Christmas, all of these, Rudolph, Frosty the Snowman, all my favorite Christmas ones. I remember having all the what was it? The Bing Crosby stuff. Like that was always on TV. If it wasn't on TV, my parents had the VHSs, so we'd watch that because there was nothing else to watch. So we just roll with it. Just roll with it. Van Wilder. Yeah, that's one. We couldn't get a signal on the farm, so you just make your own Christmas stories. That's fair. $500 for Clyde. Anyone? We've had lots of donations tonight. I really appreciate everybody. You're great. Tin foil, great reception. Absolutely. Yeah, I remember doing that. You get tin foil and you extend your antenna. You just like wrap it around the antenna, but you get a bit of extra and you hang it from a string or something. And you get that further reach. That's back when all of the elves were straight. Oh God, yeah, things are turning sideways in a hurry. That's for sure. Holy cow. Here we go, more memes. You're lucky we're in Canada, Mr. Smith. Your treatment's free. Oh man, that's so sad though. Oh man. Coat hangers work too. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Absolutely. Okay, back on the water. Here we go. I started my celebration a little early tonight. Oh boy, that hit hard. That was a lot of foam. Sorry, a lot of fizz off of that. Awesome thing though. So the wife came back with the kids, and my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law and myself get along really well. So yeah, it's awesome. So she's visiting for the holidays, so we get to enjoy her company as well. So that's another thing that's a joyous thing now. People are slowly beginning to realize that wearing this protected a lot more than people wearing this. I love that. Beautiful. What else do we got here? We got Deborah McDonald with another $10 super chat. Winter lights. Oh, like you talking about the Christmas lights that stay up all year, or winter lights as in like it being dark so soon? Because yeah, that's depressive. That's depressing. The shortest day, longest night of the year is coming up. That would be on the 21st, the winter solstice. Yeah, something else. Here we go. The problem with Canada is that it's full of Canadians. Justin Trudeau, probably. This, of course, is a quote from Braveheart when the King of England was jesting about Scotland being too full of Scots before enacting some really terrible stuff. What do we have here? Studies show that demonizing the unvaccinated alleviates stress and regret of having taken the shots. Published December 16th, 2022 by Fake News Media. Maybe it has. I don't know. Like it sounds like something the fake news would say, doesn't it? It's definitely a thing. Here we go. Whoa, this one's big. The $8 verification isn't enough, Mr. Musk. We need more revenue. $80 N-word pass. Oh, that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. What else we got here? A guy that hates America traded a guy that hates America to a guy that hates America for a guy that hates America. Oh, unreal. Fringy with the $6.99 super chat. I didn't do the hokey pokey and therefore crashed my car several times this week. We're going to get into that because that was the story that I did actually 2 days in a row. Funny, just a horrible study that came out of some hospital here in Canada. Turns out because they got paid by the government to do it. But the doctor came up with the premise that I sure bet you that those silly unvaccinateds, they're really bad at driving. I'm sure they crash their cars all the time. And then he comes up with this stupid study to check. Yeah, it was an easy 50G. Yeah, that's it. So he does this study to check to see how if he can find out if unvaxxed people actually crash their cars more. Spoiler, there's no way to verify that. But tried nonetheless. Kush Mason with the $6.99 super chat. Hey, Clyde, thanks for doing something. Have a great night. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, Kush. I really appreciate it. Awesome. But yeah. People, yeah, you can't make this stuff up. They actually did that. What do we have here? We have this is Alberta. I guess this is a Sparta moment. I don't have fear of heights. I do, however, have fear of falling from heights. George Carlin. And that, of course, is Guibault. Stefan Guibault. Guibault? The Gilbot? I don't know how you pronounce it. I just say Guibault because it sounds fun to say. Guibault. But he's the Greenpeace guy that climbed the CN Tower and got arrested. And then now he's the Minister of the Environment. Scary. Don't be environmental, folks. Like, don't be environmental. I prefer to be economical. I think, I need to make a shirt that says that. Don't be environmental. Be economical. Absolutely. Always take care of the economy. Now, okay, so one of these first things I want to... Spinach in my teeth? I don't see any spinach in my teeth. Oh, but thanks for the heads up. Amazing. All right, let's get into this. If you go outside, you may die. It happens. It happens. People go outside and they die all the time. They die if they don't go outside. They die for all kinds of reasons. That's a thing. But need you to be afraid. Somebody got me with the spinach thing though. That was great. That was good. You got me. You got me. Clyde on Propaganda 640 Globalist News Talk Radio this week. They actually admitted Stephen Guibault allegedly didn't have any electric cars and preferred gas. He does because he has to travel distances. Oh, but that's only for the elites. That's only for the global elites. They're allowed to travel distances. If you're part of, especially okay, I can't say that, Ruthless, but yeah, if you're part of the elites, you get to that's everybody else. That's everybody else that's not allowed to travel. So they can have their electric cars with a short range. But to be honest, electric cars are getting better. They are getting better. Enough people rag on that. I almost want to bring somebody on for a podcast to talk just specifically about electric cars. Maybe somebody, an engineer in the field or something like that. Because I think that would be interesting. I'm a mechanic, so I have a certain aspect. A certain thing from it. By the way, Newbie, thank you so much. Yeah, awesome with the 100,000. Really stoked on that. But yeah, it would be really cool to have somebody come in and talk about that. Because I think there is a future for electric vehicles. I just don't think that it's viable for every situation. Like I'm sure there's a lot of people that have these really short commutes, no problem, get an electric car. But it's gonna our energy economy in the future is gonna look like a lot more electric cars with other forms of getting energy from fossil fuels. It's gonna you're not getting rid of fossil fuels. It's not happening. That's a pipe dream. 2+2 cats, $6.99 super chat. Get an actual scientist like Patrick Moore on the channel to educate on climate. I reached out to Patrick Moore and he got back to me and then ghosted me. I was really sad about that. I'm still in the middle of his book. Oh, I have it here somewhere. I've been reading his book and it's fantastic. Where is it? I'm in the middle of so many at the moment. I can't find it. I have a huge pile of books. No, I have it right here. Patrick Moore's latest book is Fake Invisible Catastrophes and Threats of Doom. And there's a lot of good stuff in this, and I really hope people go out and read that book. I would love to have Patrick Moore on. He would be a fantastic person to bring onto the channel and discuss further his book. I think people need to lend into these ideas because they're great ideas. Deborah McDonald, another $10 super chat. Keep it up. Merry Christmas. Off till the 3rd. Oh, lucky you. Lucky you. I'm going to be off as of next Wednesday afternoon. Finish my last work day on next Wednesday, and then I'm off until the 2nd. So I'm excited about that. We're getting the stat pay on the Friday instead of the thing, so we can come back on the 2nd. But hey, you ever reach out to Runkle? Yes, reached out to Runkle. Haven't heard back. So yeah, I mean, reach out. You got to understand these people are super busy too. So there are a lot of people that reach out to me, and then it just doesn't get through because, you know, your inbox gets plowed with so much, and then you can only reply to so much. So you got to just keep trying. Got to keep trying. But you know, like some people might see my channel, and I don't blame them. They'll have a quick look at the channel and they're like, "Who's this guy? I don't know if I want to be on this guy's channel." That might have been what happened to Patrick Moore, or he genuinely it just got lost in the mail. But I'll probably send out the invite again at some point because I definitely respect Patrick Moore. He's fantastic. He's really, really good. So I would look forward to that. And he's a fellow BCer, British Columbian. Where was I going? Are you on Twitter, Clyde? Of course I'm on Twitter. It's Clyde do something without the G at the end because there wasn't enough characters. Speaking of being on Twitter, Newbie gifting 10 memberships to the channel. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Holy cow. You guys are so generous tonight. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable how generous you guys are. And wow. So many new members and so many gifted memberships. At one point, there's going to be nobody who doesn't have a membership. Anyway, let's get into this. And here's my Twitter, by the way. If you're looking for me on Twitter, it's Clyde Do Something. So without the G, it comes up. If you search Clyde Do Something, it'll be the first one that pops up in your feed. Kush Mason with another $6.99 super chat. We crash more because we're the ones on the roads doing things, not stuck at home scared. Oh, there's so many responses to this that I just find so hilarious. It's unreal. Okay, so this was in response to this. So I saw this political cartoon, and it turns out that this isn't the own that they thought it was. This isn't the own at all. And so what you see here is you have Justin Trudeau, Monsieur Trudeau. He's doing avec le ski. He's doing his thing, and he's going down. He avoids the tree, right? Whereas Pierre Poilievre, he crashed into the tree because of his convoy support. That's the thing. Now, so First, I'm going to say what I said in my tweet. So the most insane thing about tribal politics is on display here. It's about who wins and who loses rather than if the law is being upheld in Canada. This doesn't show a win for one side. It shows a loss for everyone. Shameful. And I stand by this. I'm going to stick to my guns on this one. Deborah McDonald with the $2 super chat. Not stuck at home scared. LOL. No, not at all. And what do we have here? We have one WW guy with a $10 super chat. It doesn't matter if EVs get better. Anyone who owns one is supporting child labor and exploitation. Wow, that's harsh. Yeah, but it's true. It is true. You're talking about cobalt extraction in poor countries in Africa. I think in the Congo, where child labor and exploitation is taking place there in order to mine that cobalt. So wow. Anyway, thank you so much, one WW guy, and Deborah McDonald as well with the $2 super chat. Again, holy cow, you guys are insane this evening. But yeah, exploitation is a thing. I actually reached out to the Cambodian. Before I get back to this, I reached out to the Cambodian embassy here in Canada because, sorry, not the Cambodian, the Congolese in the Congo. So it's in Congo that they're doing this mining of cobalt. But I reached out to the Congo embassy actually, and it was after the video I did about Matthew Good. When Matthew Good, he had those Congolese, I think is how it said. Okay, that's probably it. So I reached out to them because Matthew Good had said that for people who are protesting against vax mandates, he wanted to take them and put them on an airplane, and when they get to the Congo, they'll come off the airplane and children soldiers will shoot them all. And so I took exception to that statement, of course. 41 Alpha, thank you so much. I took exception to that, and then I made a video about it. Matt Not Good, that's right. To which Matthew Good or somebody representing him had YouTube take it down for defamation. I didn't defame him. I still stand by what I said, and I filed a retort to that, but you can only view the video from outside Canada now, so you can't view it from inside Canada. He hasn't come at me for like real legal defamation. There's been no notice of that, but it's long gone enough that I can talk about it here, because now I know that there is no defamation suit coming. But yeah, no, he actually had my video taken down in Canada. So inside Canada, you cannot see the Matthew Good video, which makes sense because he's only popular inside Canada. Nobody around the world knows who the heck he is, and he's washed up. Anyway, Deborah McDonald with $5 super chat. These people will believe an honest, trustworthy man. You are at. I think that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. But yeah, so that was taken down. Anyway. I wanted to reach out to the Congolese embassy to have a representative come on the channel to talk about how the government of Congo, because the comparison there was that the government of Congo has child soldiers that will shoot people as they get off airplanes. That is a gross mischaracterization of the Congo and not how things work in the Congo. Yes, there are child soldiers in parts of Africa, but they're not run by government agencies. These are warlords in war-torn areas, and it's very illegal no matter where you go. Children soldiers, but what's being represented there by Matthew Good was that as if the Congo was harboring child soldiers and executing people as they come off planes for no good reason. But then the reason for saying that is to say that Canada's great, you shouldn't complain. Well, I'm sorry, but yeah, Canada is. I'd argue that Canada is better than the Congo. And sorry, Congolese people out there, but I think Canada is a better country than the Congo. You could probably work hard and make it a good country too. And I hope you do. I really hope you do. But at the same time, Canada is a better country. But if I see my freedoms being whittled away by a totalitarian leaning government, of course I'm going to protest it. Yes, this is why our country is good, because we stand up for our rights, not because we just sit there and go, it could be better or it could be worse if you were somewhere else. Well, the worst places are worse because people aren't doing what you're seeing, what you're witnessing. People protesting. Come on, get with it, man. And is that the litmus test? A country's a good country because there aren't children soldiers waiting out airplanes? Get out of town. That's your litmus test. I remember hearing this from people again when the Freedom Convoy was happening. People like, you don't like the freedoms that you have in Canada? Try living in some other place. Like, is that an argument that you use for everything? Like, apply that to your own things that you support. Like, say somebody who supports environmentalism. Like, oh yeah, you like environmentalism? Try living in the countryside of China. What? That's not an argument. It's not an argument at all. It's litmus test, PCR test. Lol. But Matt, who exactly? That's a very good question. You just turn on a Canadian radio station. You'll find out soon enough. It's one of the crappy ones that comes on unsolicited all the time. Well, solicited by the Canadian government, of course. Yeah, go to India. Go to India if you like environmentalism. Go to India, where But I digress. It's not an argument to say if something isn't optimal here, that you have to go to another place that's worse. Try that with feminists. Try that with feminists that are arguing for, I don't know, what do they argue for here in the West? They argue that air conditioners are sexist in office buildings. I'm not joking. This was an argument. It's not a lie. I'm not joking. This was a thing. Air conditioners are sexist because men tend to have a higher body temperature. That sounds sexist. Whatever. Now, it's probably because men have to wear suits and women wear skimpier clothing. Maybe. But that was an argument. So could you turn around to those feminists and say, nah. What you need to do is go live under Sharia law. Go to Saudi Arabia. Go to Iran. But they are fighting for their rights in Iran. So, kudos to them. Definitely. But yeah, I don't buy that as an argument. It's not a good argument to say because something is not up to par here, you have to just abandon it because other places are worse. That it's not an argument. It's a terrible argument. It's a poison argument, a prison argument. Sorry, I read that wrong. We are blessed, but we're under attack. This stuff is under attack. Anyway, back to this. So I wanted to comment about this because I think this isn't the win that they thought it was. This isn't a win. What we have here is we have Pierre Poilievre, who seemingly has been destroyed by the tree of convoy support. He's eaten the fruits of the convoy support tree, and somehow that's damaged him, even though he's faring quite well in polling and all that stuff. And well, maybe not Nanos polls, but we all know Nanos, right? And then Justin Trudeau's there, and he's seemingly avoided the tree, but magically, beyond all the rules of physics and everything, all the laws of nature, he's defeated the inquiry tree. So this is an admission from the author of this, the illustrator of this, that he thinks that the convoy is a bad thing, but he also thinks that the Emergencies Act and what Trudeau did and why and how the inquiry was there to catch him was a bad thing. He thinks that the Emergencies Act was a bad thing. I think that's almost like a Freudian-esque type of slip here in an illustration, saying that it's magically delicious. It's magical. It's magical how he managed to slip through. I think this is letting it slip here. We had Dead Canuck reply to this saying, kind of funny how the artist depicted Trudeau avoiding the inquiry as though it was a success. But judging by the ski tracks, there's no logical way he could have. An accidental own? Did he own himself in this thing? I believe so. I think it's interesting. I think I'm thinking the same as well. As if they watched him perform a miracle by getting away with it. Unreal. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. That was something that I talked about with Eva Chipiuk actually the other day when we were talking about that. In fact, we had. Should I even get into this? Nah, I'm gonna save that one for another time. Gonna save that. But yeah, Eva Chipiuk had her on, and we were talking about exactly this. This cartoon and how it so represents this partisanship in the country and how hard that they want to break everybody into camp this, camp that. You know what? There's a lot of people that fell for the COVID thing and still do. I don't hate them. I don't like their behavior. I really don't. But come on. Like we all do have to get on with life, and we have to realize that we all have to live in the same neighborhoods. We all have to live in the same place. This is insane. We can't continue this division stuff. And if you start seeing the candidates on the other side playing the divisive stuff, call them out on it too. I mean, Juggy, Jimmy McJuggernuggets, he's doing the divisive stuff. He's just dividing people in different ways. It's just choose your flavor, right? Choose your flavor of division. Where's Eva? She's back in Calgary, not Calgary. I believe she's in Edmonton. She's in Alberta though. That's for sure. Just spoke with her the other day. I'd love to see you get Dr. Jordan Peterson on. I would love to have Dr. Jordan Peterson on since that came up. Why don't we get into a bit of that? I'm not going to go too in depth with this, but so I respect Jordan Peterson a lot. I do. Deborah with another 5 memberships. Wow, thank you so much. So I respect Dr. Jordan Peterson a lot, and recently he's been stretching himself thin. Could you say? What am I getting? People texted me while I'm streaming. Come on, you know what's going on. Anyway, great author. He's had our back through a lot of things, especially in Canada with the compelled speech stuff. He's gone on to conquer his own demons in life. He got hooked on some pharmaceutical for pain, and that was really terrible. And he pushed through it, rehab, got over it, and then he's come back as this formidable force in the intellectual world. And I think it's fantastic. But I think recently he's been stretching himself a little bit thin. And diazepam, okay, ask the pharmacist, right? And yeah, like those things are just you don't want to get on them. No, it's just so rough for a person. Alberta is calling. I keep hearing this. Don't they have some sort of corn that's supposed to be better than peaches and cream? I keep hearing about it. Danielle Smith's interview with Jordan Peterson was great. I watched that. I listened to it. Yeah, it was fantastic. So he's been coming down on the anonymous thing. So that's a thing that he's been doing, and this is a tough one because I'm kind of caught between on this one because I believe I understand some of what he's getting at, and on the other side of it, I'm like, no, man, freedom of speech is freedom of speech, and I get that. So he's been really focusing harder than I think he needs to on the fact that online anonymity can cause people to be quite vicious to one another, and it's a phenomena that you'll see, and you'll notice it especially if you go on Twitter, you get in the comment section on YouTube. For some reason, my comments are pretty tame. Like, everybody seems to get along really well. There's not a lot of vitriol and stuff like that. But if you go on Twitter, holy cow, they come out of the woodworks and they just come attacking everybody. So Jordan Peterson, because he's in a position way up there, he's been getting attacked considerably, and there's a lot of people that hate him, and there's a lot of people that and this is a thing, like, and I keep getting back to this theme of, if you're going to disagree with somebody, at least understand their argument, at least understand where they're coming from, before you, like, people say things about Jordan Peterson that are just patently false, right? They'll straw man him. They'll make all kinds of, if you don't know what a straw man is, a straw man argument is the idea of, you build up this person that's not their ideas. So you're building up this idea that's not your idea, and then they have to come in and defend that idea. And then because they're on the defensive, then you can come in on the offensive. And that's the idea. So, like the Kathy Newman thing. So what you're saying is blah, blah, blah. And it's not what you're saying. The misrepresentation of your ideas, build up a straw man, make you defend that. It's a waste of time. So where was I going with this? Yeah. Jordan Peterson, he's definitely been attacked vehemently by lots of people out there. And what it's led him to believe is that because of the behavior of people in the when they have anonymity, maybe anonymity is the thing that we need to get rid of, right? I think it's I think there's some truth to it, but I think if you look at it, say you look at it, the most vitriolic people online and on Twitter, you'll see that a lot of them are anonymous accounts, but you'll also see Derek missed out of the corn. Killing me. The Tabor corn. The thing that you'll see is, yes, there's a lot of anonymous accounts doing this, but there's a lot of people with their name, their face, their celebrities, their news media, they're all kinds of famous people who have their names out there and are still doing this vitriolic thing. So that leads me to believe that, wait, we got to rethink this. 1 second. Rainmaker with the $5 super chat. Here's $5 just because we drank moonshine today. Thanks. Thanks. Save me some moonshine next time. Holy cow. That stuff burns, but it's great. Anyway. So it leads me to believe that I think perhaps Jordan is onto something, and I think that he's having a conversation out loud. He's having a thought process out loud in this whole thing, and he's getting wrapped up into it. And a lot of people are coming on the attack on him about this. And I'm talking about people from the left and the right, neutral and all over the place. People who are free speech advocates are going, whoa, Dr. JP, where are you going with this? That's censorship. Or you're at least forcing people to out themselves, where in a situation where anonymity is a good thing, in cases where people would get fired from their job for speaking their opinion openly, and people want to be a part of the virtual town square, the new town square. And I'm not coming at this with a solution. I'm just coming at this with observations and saying that I think that Jordan Peterson, he's onto something with the idea that anonymity can lend to people behaving badly, behaving absolutely terribly. But in the same situation that those anonymous people are behaving poorly, we have people that are completely not anonymous behaving just the same way. So is it the anonymity that's causing the behavior, or is it something else entirely? So this is something to work yourself through. And I think he's been pushing very hard in the direction of it. No, it's anonymity. And I can't 100% agree with that. Now, but I can't discount it. You don't throw it away. You don't throw good ideas away. It's something that you, again, baby bathwater. Don't throw the baby out of the bathwater because you don't like his idea in its current inception. I think it needs refinement for sure. Deborah McDonald at the $10 super chat. He cries, kind of worries me. Well, some people are emotional people. I think he carries a lot of baggage. I think he carries a lot of weight of a lot of people on him. I get choked up from time to time from things. Not to the point of that, but I definitely respect the man. I definitely do. But I think this is a good topic that I think it's good that we're talking about it. And I think that's what's most important, is that we're talking about it, and we've got this dialogue happening. Chris B with the 279 super chat. Hooray! You've ghost 100,000 followers. Thank you so much. We got to get my Twitter follower up now. So hopefully I can get verified on YouTube now. And then from there, I can get verified on Twitter. So the verification, I think, is a very good thing, because with verification comes the ability to a little more clout when I'm asking people to come on and talk with me. So verification across platforms, I think it's not a bad thing. Twitter, 100,000 next. That's a stretch. I've got like 6,500 or 6,000 or something like that on Twitter. It's really not that. Wow. What's my Twitter at? Holy cow. It's 6,271. We got to get that up there. Hopefully at some point. But I'm way more active on YouTube. I post 2 videos every morning, and I live stream on Fridays. Irregardless, I do it all the time, and I don't quite post the same on Twitter. It's just it's a different beast altogether. Congrats on 100K. You deserve it. Thank you, Deb. Appreciate that. Yes. Yeah, we need to go to Twitter next. Well, we'll see what happens. There's a lot going on online with governments cracking down and Twitter opening up. And the best part about Twitter right now is all these people are freaking out. I don't have a story up for this, but I could talk about it anyway. Elon Musk banned or suspended a few accounts. Right after this, John with a $5 super chat. Clyde, if you want to understand people like the noticing and mustache man sympathizers, I'm trying to get the noticing inference. I'm not sure what that one is. And the mustache man sympathizers, you gotta watch Europa Last Battle outside YouTube. It's the Bible to it. Okay, that's really interesting. I think I got to check that out. But I'm not mustache man sympathizer. That's for sure. I don't know if I can get in that head. That's another place altogether. But where was I going? I just totally. Irregardless, it's not a thing. Come on. It's not a thing. Beer's getting expensive. Yeah, it is. Where was I going with that? Holy, I just lost my train of thought. I just totally lost my train of thought. I got sideways there. Oh, that doesn't happen all the time. Wow. That nailed me. That nailed me. Rabbit hole. There we go. We're going down a mustache man. Focus, Clyde. Yeah. Oh, it's been a tough couple of weeks. Like I said, wife and kids were gone. It's so funny. You got kids running around you all the time, and then am I on Rumble? I am on Rumble. I mirror all my stuff onto Rumble. So yeah, you can subscribe to me over there. All the content's here, and this is where the live streams happen. So Rumble's a backup, and if anything happens, God forbid, nothing happens. But it is a backup, and it is there. And definitely follow me on Twitter, because I don't think my Twitter is going to go anywhere. Oh yeah, Elon Musk. So Elon Musk, he he suspended a couple of accounts of journalists, and there are journalists on the left that hate him, and he suspended their accounts because they were doxing. And this is something that is frowned upon, definitely. And it's against the terms of service on Twitter to dox somebody, give out immediate information to someone's whereabouts, especially famous people who people don't like, or somebody might want to take a shot at, something like that. Happy anniversary, coming up a year when you met us. Yeah, it's coming up. You want to have a drink after the stream? I may go out for a smoke. Yeah, I usually do wobbly pops in the studio. Do you want to come in here and hang out? We could do that in the studio. Everybody can meet Chris. We can just have a laugh. Anyway, so he there was a couple of journalists that outed his actual location, and it was, I don't think it was his location. He had some rapper or somebody using his plane, and they outed that. And then what happened was some crazy person came to harass that individual, and then Elon found out, things got around. Yeah, the comedic effect of a drunk Chris. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, anyway, this long story short, it was this account, a journalist, of course, in quotes, doxed where their location was, and a few people spread it. So those journalists got taken down, and they got a ban for a week. So a week suspension from the platform. Now people are losing their minds. How dare you? How dare you ban people for breaking the terms of service? And immediately, all the people that are freaking out about it are people that were all claiming this is back when people were unfairly being kicked off the platform. Like McCullough and Dr. Is it Merlot? Dr. Merlot? And a bunch of people, Axe Jones, all these people getting banned from the platform. And these people were saying, it's a private business. They can do whatever they want. It's a private business. And people started replying at them. Eat me with the $2 super chat. Little X is one of Elon's kids. Oh, you shitting me. I thought it was a rapper. I just hear Lil X, and I think it's a rapper. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so I got the story wrong. That's funny. Anyway, not NASX. I hear Lil something. I think it's some SoundCloud rapper, some mumble rapper, like not someone with talent, not like a Snoop Doggy Dogg, but some like, one of those guys. And it's his kid. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, that's way too funny. Anyway, so doxing is against the rules. It always has been. You can't dox people. Elon gave him a suspension for that, and here we are. The left are freaking out. How dare you? The same people that were screaming, no, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a private business. They can make private business decisions. In my opinion, I think if Elon started banning people on the left unfairly, I would be just as up in arms. and I'm saying this with all truth and sincerity. If people were being banned unfairly, like not because they doxed somebody, and these people are getting a week-long suspension, exactly, but it's a week-long suspension for essentially putting someone in grave danger. Like that's really, really bad. Don't do rap, dude. I don't. But yeah. Anyway, my personal opinion is anybody who the censors or whatever have bent the rules. Anybody that the censors have to bend the rules in order to enforce something to get rid of them, I'm totally on their side. Even if I completely disagree with them, even if I think they're abhorrent, they're idiots, communists. I mean, communists. I'm completely against communists, but I still think that they should have freedom of speech, so long as they don't do things that communists typically end up doing, like killing lots of people. As soon as they get to that point, then it's like, okay, time to go. But yeah, no, as long as you're not breaking any laws, that's the case. Do these people like Elon smell lie? Smell lie. They probably smell like lies. I don't know what lies smell like. As Eminem said, the FCC is not let me be, so let me be. And well, I can't do the Eminem thing. I can't do it. Dyslexia doesn't help either. Genuine Media, Clyde, thanks for it. You're welcome, Rex. My pleasure. And thank you guys for everything you guys do, because without you there would be no YouTube channel here. It's all of you guys. This is what keeps things going. But anyway, let's get into some of these stories, because I got a bit to go through. I wanted to talk about this. I'm going to roll through this one quick because I covered it this morning and yesterday. But this is that story of the traffic COVID vaccine hesitancy associated with increased traffic crash risk. This is by the Sunnybrook Institute of Research. Look at them sitting there doing the research. The biggest difficulty in doing research these days is opening the envelope and then walking to the bank to cash the check. Apparently, this is how it goes in this world as we have it now. So a new study. This is the thing here. A new study from Sunnybrook scientists suggests an underlying hesitancy to get vaccinated against COVID-19 may be associated with increased risk of traffic accidents. So this isn't what it suggests. This is what they suggested, and then they went and did the research. And then it's called confirmation bias. It's hilarious. It's hilarious how this works, right? So the research was okay. 1 second here. We got Kay with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I think he lent his plane to some rapper. Clyde, do something. Love you, man. Ethan Philly. Oh, people can kill me for that one. Lil X. I thought Lil X was a rapper. That was just my assumption. Just my assumption. Too funny. Thank you so much for the super chat. Using population-based approach, the study included over 10 million adults and more than 6,000 traffic crashes throughout Ontario. We identified adults who had not received COVID vaccine and followed each person for a traffic crash requiring emergency care. Really? You followed 6,000 people? Explained Dr. Donald Reldemeyer, principal investigator and senior scientist at Sunnybrook Research Institute. The study found that unvaccinated adults accounted for 1,682 traffic crashes. That's 25%, equal to 72% increased relative risk compared to those who were vaccinated. The increased traffic risk was more than the risk associated with diabetes or dementia, and second only to the relative risk associated with history of alcohol misuse. They're actually saying that people who are not vaccinated are at more risk of getting in a car accident than someone with dementia. This is the world we live in today. Holy cow, what money won't buy you these days. You know, this is this is the reality of the situation here. Holy, holy, holy. The authors recommended that individuals who hesitate to take the COVID-19 vaccine reflect on their choices and recognize how such decisions have repercussions in ways that they do not imagine. Strategies to avoid a traffic crash include obeying speed limits, minimizing distractions, and never driving drunk. So here's the premise of this whole argument. The whole argument premise is they think that by avoiding vaccination, by not getting vaccinated for COVID-19, you are a risky person. Super duper risky. As if there are no risks with the vaccine. And wow, I might get in trouble for that one. But the the idea here is that now I could turn that around and I could say the exact opposite thing. I could say, well, it turns out that, you know, people have weighed the risk reward benefit analysis on vaccinating for X, Y, and Z. And they've concluded that based on their risk analysis, their age, their health, their choices in life, that it would probably be of their own benefit to make the decision that they see fit. Right? And then you can go from that and go, wow, maybe the guy who weighs risk reward analysis, risk benefit analysis, maybe he's the kind of guy that would probably go, hey, you know, if I speed down this road, I might get in a crash. Maybe if I tailgate that guy, I might end up in a crash. Hey, maybe if I behave badly. I love your Poindexter voice. Thanks for the 279 super chat. You have to when you're talking about these studies. But my take from this is somebody who's more in tune with risk benefit analysis is probably more apt to be driving safely. Now they pull the information out of their I guess they could call it a rectal prognosis, because that's where they got it. Anyway, so they take their fancy pants study, and then they go to the media with it. And here's Global News going, COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy associated with increased risk of traffic crashes in Ontario. Study finds. Okay, and then they just copy paste. I love it. The copy paste. It's just copy pasta for these guys. They were funded by the government. The government gave them millions and millions of dollars. And what do they do with it? They copy and paste. They copy and paste other articles. They probably, honestly, they probably just threw it on a copy paste reword generator, AI function generator. You can do those. You can take somebody else's work, put it in an AI generator, it pops out just everything just in a different phrase. They probably don't even proofread it. Just post. This is after getting all that money from the government. Insane. Oh, here we go. Toronto. CTV News. Ontarians unvaccinated against COVID-19 may be more risk of traffic crashes, study finds. Same thing. Copy pasta. Copy that. Copy pasta. I thought this one had a video. No, there was another one that had a video, wasn't it? Hold on. I had one. I had another one. And I've lost it, haven't I? Where did it go? I had another one. Oh, it's gone. And it's gone. And it's gone. It's always gone. Anyway, so there was one that had a video. I thought this is Viva Fry, by the way. So the one from Fortune where they copy pasted it, they actually put this other header on there. It said, the findings could justify changes to drivers' insurance policies, authors say. Wow, great. So another way to draw money out of people for not vaccinating. Clyde Moore brain farts. It's been one of those weeks, my man. It's been one of those weeks. It's been a tough one. It looks like they're excuse me. It looks like they're finding out another way to justify taxing the unvaccinated, says Viva Fry on Twitter. Never again wonder how historical atrocities were committed. They were undoubtedly justified and at the time through whatever sick and twisted logic was employed at that time. Congrats, Clyde. You're awesome. Thank you, Dirk. You're awesome. You're breathtaking. Appreciate you guys. So good. But yeah, so this was, I thought this one had a video, the CTV News one. It does. Yeah, I was mistaken here.
We have some new research to share with you from Sunnybrook tonight that is sure to spark debate.
It suggests people who refuse the vaccine have a higher chance of getting into a traffic accident. Our health reporter Pauline Channing.
Look at his face. He can't even believe it as he's reading it. You know, these news people, they don't like pre-do any of this stuff. They just shoot it.
The vaccine have a higher chance of getting into a traffic accident. Our health reporter Pauline Chan explains.
He's just dumbfounded.
The study looked at 10 million Ontario adults and more than 6,000 traffic accidents.
I've looked after many patients hospitalized with COVID and many other patients hospitalized because of traffic crashes. And I've been struck by the similarities between the two groups.
Dr. Don.
Correlation is not causation. This guy, Dr. Frankenstein, they pull him in out of nowhere. Seriously, where did they get this guy?
I've looked after many patients hospitalized with COVID and many other patients hospitalized because of traffic crashes. And I've been struck by the similarities between the two groups.
Dr. Donald Redelmeyer works in both the hospital wards and the emergency department. I
was shocked by the similarities between the two groups as well. They all had 2 ears, 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth. They all had driver's licenses. Driver's licenses lead to car accidents. CTV News. This is the kind. This is what you pay for. This is what you pay for.
Department at Sunnybrook.
Our theory is that adults who do not follow public health recommendations may also not follow the rules of the road.
Redelmeyer says there are also increased traffic risks for other groups, such as young men and adults with sleep apnea, but the risk associated with vaccine hesitancy was significantly higher.
Second only to the risk associated with a diagnosis of alcohol misuse.
Exactly how big an increase in risk is there for the COVID unvaccinated?
It's about a 72% increase in risk. For perspective, the average adult during the average year has about a 2% a chance of a traffic crash. And so a 72% relative increase bumps it up over 3%.
Dr. Redelmeyer says he's already received some negative responses to his study, sometimes laced with expletives, but he says he doesn't want unvaccinated people to feel persecuted, just to be careful about their exposure to COVID-19 and traffic dangers. Still, he thinks encouragement for vaccinations might be warranted.
Might be a wise maneuver if automobile insurance companies get involved and they decide to give a 5% discount for individuals who've got proof of vaccination.
Oh, there it is.
CTV News.
Brutal. Oh, what $50,000 wouldn't get you to say in public? That's too funny. Oh, we got a super chat from Kay, $5. Do you think 1 year ago that you'd be doing this? Do you think Canada and the US could ever get here? Social credit score, vax, or rise insurance? I had no idea. I'm in for the ride just like you are. But it seems like a lot of these conspiracy theories are now just spoiler alerts as they're saying more and more. Insane. Thank you for the super chat. We got Gerald Nadeau. Is that how you spell that? Is that how you say that? You never trust science and by definition question it incessantly. Holy cow. By definition, you should never trust the science. Absolutely. It incessantly and indifferently. And you never trust the author's conclusions, especially if they've been bought or by a corporation or a government. Absolutely. Yeah, no, science should be blind. It should be outside of people's purview and all that. You should just look at the data, look at the conclusions, and then analyze the person's conclusions. Like, they could be wrong. Like, the data collection's the scientific part. The conjecture is not. It is not at all. We have Revan Pierce with a $5 super chat. Propagandists, journalists are doing such good work. Oh, great work these days. Thank you, Revan. And what do we have here? Rainmaker with a $5 super chat. Curious, have you been approached by the Rebel News yet? I guess Rebel News? No, I haven't. They are great, but I think you're definitely doing something. So keep being you. I want to keep being independent. I think that's where I want to stay with that. So appreciate what the Rebel News is doing. They're doing a big thing to get the message out there. And I'm going to keep doing me. I'm going to keep doing things independently. And I would not mind having people from Rebel News come on and maybe do a podcast with me. I'd love to chat with some of the reporters there. Got a lot of respect for people there that are doing such a bang up job of just getting out there and trying to get the word out. Scientific knowledge grows not on proving what we already know, but rather by disproving what we already knew. That's a great point, Joe. Absolutely. Let's move on with this. So, where was I? Oh, well, what did we find out about this whole thing? Well, thank you, Palminder Singh on Twitter. If you're not following Palminder Singh, you go follow him. He's got a great, really rapidly growing Twitter account, and he's out there. He's been out there with the Seek for. What was it? The Sikhs for the Freedom Convoy? He was at the Freedom Convoy. I think he was with Seek for Truth for a while with those guys, but he's off doing his own independent thing. Really appreciate what he's doing. Make sure you go follow him on Twitter. But I always laugh because he's got that animated the AI thing that's popular right now to get your mugshot done up all fancy pants. He looks like a character from like League of Legends or something. It makes me laugh. I love it. Or Raid Shadow Legends. I should be doing. This video is sponsored by, like you see on all the other YouTube channels. But anyway, he brought forward this. He's been bringing out some really good stuff, doing some good digging. And this was, of course, that study, the COVID vaccine hesitancy associated. New study from Sunnybrook scientists suggests. Well, where did this? that guy who made the suggestion. Donald Redelmeyer, international government agreement encouraging vaccine confidence in Canadians for what? I have to go on. I have a picture saved here. $50,000 Canadian. Whoop, 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 whoop. This is what gets you this kind of research. This is amazing. Yeah, encouraging vaccine confidence in Canada. Description: for the duration of July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022. That is a fat paycheck for not a lot of effort. Encouraging vaccine confidence in Canada. Probo Science Grant supports organizations with strong track records of science and or health promotion to deliver evidence-based vaccine promoting information to key communities and groups and or to build capacity in the community to promote confidence in vaccines. Organization: Natural Science and Engineering Research Council of Canada. Directly from the government. Getting that government right up in there. And so here's the same thing, basically, on the mobile version. and mobile version of that grant given to them. Now, they can't hide behind this because there's freedom of information. People are supposed to know where our money's been going. We can't always know. But here's some of the stats given to from Metal as Fork. Oh, that's so good. Okay, just for that name, I'm giving that a follow. That's hilarious. Here's the smoking gun. Good thing we paid some nerds a bunch of Trudeau bucks to crack this mystery. And it's hard to see on the graph here. What you don't see is highlighted in red is males, and highlighted in green is females. The amount of crashes. Vaccine uptake. There's a lot of women getting vaccines, and then drivers in crashes per 100,000 licensed drivers. And then it's all 16 to 19, 20 to 24, and then the risk goes down as you get older. So, So, people younger don't get vaccines, and people who are younger get more car accidents. It doesn't look like a correlation thing. It looks very, very much so trying to link it when it doesn't. When there's no causation. Well, there's a correlation, but not a causation. Talk Rachel into what? No way. No. I heard a lot of that. I heard a lot of that online. Oh, wow. But yeah, anyway, not getting into that. Anyway, so discriminatory attitudes against the unvaccinated during a global pandemic. So this was a study from nature.com, and this came out, and the abstract is, during the COVID-19 pandemic, sizable groups of unvaccinated minorities persist in countries with high vaccine access. Consequently, vaccination became a controversial. I always laugh at how the British pronounce that. Controversial subject of debate and even protest. Here we assess whether people express discriminatory attitudes in the form of negative affect stereotypes and exclusionary attitudes in family and political settings across groups defined by COVID-19 vaccination status. We qualify discriminatory attitudes between unvaccinated and vaccinated citizens in 21 countries, covering a diverse set of cultures across the world. Across 3 conjoint experimental studies, we demonstrate that vaccinated people express discriminatory attitudes towards unvaccinated, as high as the discriminatory attitudes suffered by the common targets are immigrant and minority populations. In contrast, there is an absence of evidence that unvaccinated individuals display discriminatory attitudes toward vaccinated people, except for the presence of a negative effect in Germany and United States. We find evidence in support of discriminatory attitudes against the unvaccinated in all countries except Hungary and Romania, and find that discriminatory attitudes are most strongly expressed in cultures with stronger cooperative norms. Prior research on the psychology of cooperation has shown that individuals react negatively against perceived free riders. Anyway, it continues. But yeah, there's absolutely been a case where people, you show me, you should see how I am unrecognizable. What? I'm missing that one. But yes, so we have been seeing this absolutely, like in real time, real thing. This is the real deal. People are being discriminated against that are unvaccinated. And, well, we're seeing it in that study. There's state-sponsored propaganda against unvaccinated people. This is the real thing. This is state-sponsored propaganda. I mean, I don't know how else to call it. How else to call it but this? You take some loose correlation and then you tie them together as having been caused by the other. But oh god, I don't know how much more I can get into that. Anyway, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and joining this live stream. We've been going now for 2 hours and 4 minutes. The last few live streams I've gone for a whole like 2.5 hours. I don't think I have it in me tonight. I think it's time for some wobbly pops, because that's the fun of Fridays, is hanging out with you guys in the live streams and then going out and making it, or having a good time in the Discord with everybody in the chat, and have a couple of wobbly pops. Now tonight, I hope everybody files in there. I'm going to be a few minutes. I'm just going to go out and meet with Chris, who is one of the mods here in here. He's actually my neighbor as well. We're good friends, neighbors. He's my moderator, and hopefully get him to come in here, hang out, and then we can all have a good time chatting in the Discord. Yeah, we'll make that happen. We'll make that a thing. And come join. I want to thank everybody for hitting this milestone, amazing milestone of 100,000 subscribers on the channel. It's going to be hard to top that one, because this is such an important milestone, to be able to be verified. Thank you for everybody with the super chats. It's amazing. I'm gonna take that coinage. I'm gonna buy some wobbly pops, and then I'll take whatever's left over and focus it really. James Top, let's not forget our hero. You know what? When James Top comes back out here, maybe I can get him on. Maybe that's the thing. Because I would love to. Because he's from the West Coast, and I'm in the West Coast, so that's a possibility for sure. But I want to thank everybody. Know that the super chats are going to go directly into making more amazing things for this channel. I'm looking forward to pushing forward into a new year, and we're gonna have some more good times. We're gonna make this another great year for the channel, another great year for waking people up to the ideas of freedom, of market economies, of manifesting your own destiny, and not just getting in the pod and eating your bugs. This is where we at. Stella Kardak with a $5 super chat. Congratulations. Thank you. And congratulations to the whole community, because this is something we all built together. This isn't me. This isn't just what I've done. This is what we've all done. And I'm really proud of everything that's happened here. And it's been going so well. I've made so many good friends over the close on to a year now. It'll be a year come February, and hopefully we have some really cool things I'm excited about that I can bring to the table for everybody to enjoy. A little bit of something for everyone. And don't worry, things aren't going to change from the usual content. If anything, things will get better, and there'll just be more things to view and to share out there with people that maybe don't like the 10-minute videos. Maybe some people like the long form stuff. So we'll have that for them. And then some people like the live streams, and this is what's fun on the Fridays. And I really enjoy these, so I'm gonna keep these going. And here's to getting to 250,000, to 500,000, 750,000, a million. Who knows? The sky's the limit. This is where we're gonna go, and nobody's stopping us. Nobody's stopping us. And if they try, we're not gonna let them. And that's just the way it's gonna be. So thanks everyone for joining me, and I hope everyone has a good week. I think this will be the last week for a lot of people going to work before the holiday season. I'll definitely be back again next Friday to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. So until then, keep on trucking.